Hello everyone, today I'll be checking out Koi Palace Contempo in Cupertino. Almost exactly 2 years ago, I visited their original location in Daly City for their dim sum, so I wanted to see today how their dim sum at their Contempo location is different, since the Contempo restaurant in Cupertino is known for being more of a modern take on Chinese cuisine. I'm certainly coming hungry, and I'm planning to order as much as I possibly can, so let's go. I just made it here to the restaurant, and to order, they give you this paper menu, and once you open it up, they have all the different dishes on the menu that you can order, and right underneath it, there's a little line where you can check off and add how many items of each one do you want to get. So for example, there's so many different delicious items, but I love steamed pork ribs, so I'm just gonna put a 1 right here to indicate that I want 1 order of these. I just placed my order, and I also got myself some tea as well, because you gotta have tea with dim sum. They had a variety of tea options on the menu, but I just went for their jasmine tea. Next, I'm gonna be going for this, which is one of my favorite dishes, the steamed pork ribs and black bean sauce, and here they have steamed pieces of taro as well. Oh, that is delicious. I really love how they prepare this because there's plenty of black bean flavor, so you get that fermented umami taste. And then what's special about this is they top it with a little bit of diced up jalapenos and a little bit of green onion, so it really adds some brightness and freshness to this dish, which sometimes can get a little bit more fatty and heavy. Next, got another one of my favorites. This is their barbecue pork rice crepe, and this is basically the version of what I hear called rice rolls many times. So it's basically like this flat pounded rice noodle that's laid out, and then they wrap it up and fill it with the filling of choice, and I always love the barbecue pork, and it's served with a sweet soy sauce, and right here they give it to you in this little spoon. It's almost like this wide sort of ladle, like a cross between a spoon and a dipping sauce dish, and this you can just use to pour over, but I think I'm gonna dip it. Typically you just pour the sauce over the top, but I think it'll taste a little bit better if I dip it, so you can really get all that delicious flavor of the sauce. Oh, this is delicious. A lot of times they don't get the rice roll wrapper right, but they definitely do here. It's soft, it's slightly chewy, a little bit sticky, but it's not overly pasty. And then the filling is so nice. It's just like a sweet, delicious, fatty barbecue pork. And then you have all the delightful sweetened soy sauce on the side. And then what's great about this is it's not overly sweet. So far, they've just been bringing the dim sum dishes out one by one, and then all of a sudden, they just arrived with everything, and I definitely over-ordered for this small of a table. I mean, everything is just stacked up right now, so it's getting a little bit crazy. But the next one I want to try is their preserved their yuba skin with preserved chili. So this is just like a dry tofu skin with some sort of preserved chili sauce on top, and I love anything with the word chili in it. This just looks incredible. I mean, this is just floating in a dish of chili oil, and it's topped off with all the chili sauce on top. Here we go. Oh, that is delicious. It's just so flavorful. I love the flavor of the wrapper because it's just like a condensed tofu flavor. And then on the inside, you have a juicy mixture of like wood ear mushrooms and maybe some sort of meat in there. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's so delicious. I love all the preserved chilies as well. It's just got a really rich, fermented flavor, almost like black bean sauce, and my mouth is just buzzing right now. And in fact, my mouth is going kind of all burning and spicy from all the chili oil, and I mean I'm drooling because it just tastes so good, but then it's also a little bit on the spicy side. But man, this is addictive. Next is the 5 flavor xiaolong bao. This is another one of their signature dishes. These are xiaolong bao, which are soup dumplings, and they have a variety of fillings. I mean, my favorites that I want to try right now are the crab roe and the truffle, as I remember those being really good the last time I had this at their original location. I want to start off with the crab roe one, and this has a turmeric skin, and I'm going to start by just piercing a hole and then drinking all the delicious broth inside. Remember it having a really good crab flavor. Oh, that is nice. There's really not a whole lot of broth in here, just a little bit. I mean, I have to poke it a couple of times to get all the broth, but the flavor of it is really delicious. You get that nice, fresh, crabby flavor, as well as all the rich porkiness of the pork and crab mixture. And this is incredible. And actually, the more I tip it, the more broth that I do get. And this is a little bit oily. I mean, this is serious eating. And now I'm just gonna get a bite of our dumpling as well. I think it's cooled down a little bit, so I don't think I'll burn myself, but hopefully this all goes according to plan. Oh man, as far as soup dumplings go, that is almost too good. I mean, because it's a pork and crab mixture, it's extra juicy because the crab just elevates the flavor of the pork. And I will say, it is a little bit on the oily and fatty side, but it doesn't bother me at all because it's so delicious. And in fact, I saw on the menu, they do serve you like a whole platter or a whole steamer pot of just the crab roe in pork dumplings, and I would definitely get more of those because they're that tasty. The other one of these xiaolongbao I wanted to try right now while it's still hot is this truffle one. This is the black truffle xiaolongbao, and it's made with a squid ink wrapper, so I'm just gonna go for a taste of our broth again, and this one does look a little bit more brothy. Oh yeah, and right away, it just hits you like a flavor bomb. I mean, you just immediately taste the pork, and then you taste all the aromatic and earthy truffle flavor. And now, here we go. Let's just pop this thing. This is just gonna be an amazing experience. Oh, life really doesn't get better than that. I mean, I love the wrapper. It's thin, it's chewy, and then the inside you just got all the pork and the minced truffle mixture. And it's definitely heavily on the truffle flavor, but you can still taste all the delicious and naturally sweet flavors of the pork as well. Next, I got their stir-fried rice cakes and Chinese pork, and I just love getting this whenever I get Chinese food because I love these rice cakes so much because they're just really chewy and fun to eat. Oh, that is delicious. It's not exactly what I was expecting because as soon as I broke into this dish, I realized that they use shredded pork instead, which actually says on the menu here. I was just looking ahead of time at their website and it said Chinese sausage. So I'm guessing they use Chinese sausage in the past and then switch to tender strips of pork instead. But I'm still alright with that because the flavor of this is just fantastic. It tastes like a sweet sort of soy sauce flavoring. It tastes exactly like a chow fun seasoning if you ever had chow fun before. And what's best about this is I really taste all of the wok hei flavor. I can tell this has been made in a wok because it just has that iconic, smoky, delicious taste that's just addicting and makes you want to take bite after bite. Next, I'll be trying out these chicken shumai. Oh, that is delicious. It's been a long time since I've had a shumai. The outside wrapper is really nice and chewy, and then the inner filling definitely tastes like an iconic shumai filling. There's chicken in there, but it's definitely a tender, juicy, flavorful chicken filling, and then you also get the taste of the mushroom in there as well. This is definitely a solid dish. Now I'll be trying the dish I was the most intrigued by. This is the stewed beef gizzard. That's right. This is beef gizzard, and I've had chicken gizzard many times in the past and loved it, and I'm really curious to see what this beef gizzard is going to be like. However, it does look quite a bit like tripe, so I'm guessing it might just end up tasting the same as tripe. Wow, that is definitely tripe, and definitely be careful when you eat it. Don't take as big of a bite as I did. Don't just eat the whole thing in one bite, because I will say, to be honest, it is a little bit on the chewy side, but I do love the flavor of the sauce, which is just absorbed by the tripe, because it's really salty and savory and sweet, as this is definitely a dish you gotta have with a little bit of plain rice, which I unfortunately don't have right now. And speaking of rice, this is their stir-fried sticky rice, and this looks like it's topped with a little bit of dried shrimp, but it just looks too good to not eat, so I'm just gonna carefully eat around the shrimp, and hopefully I'll be alright. Oh, this is just too good. I love the chewy and sticky texture, and it definitely is heavily flavored. I mean, you can see all the flavor from all that dark soy. I mean, I literally see the flavor, it's that good. And then you have all the little pieces of Chinese sausage, which are really flavorful. just bring a little bit of sweetness. And then I love all the little pieces of egg in there as well. This is definitely a dish you can't sleep on. Gotta try the sticky rice. Next, I'm gonna go for another classic dim sum dish. These are the steamed beef meatballs, and this is something you'll rarely find anywhere. What's really interesting is right here they give you tofu skin as well, right on the bottom. And I'm just gonna dip it plenty in our sweet soy sauce on the side. Oh, that is definitely unexpected. That is more of a vinegar sauce. Typically it's a sweet soy sauce, but here it's like a vinegar and soy sauce combo. So definitely cuts some of the richness of all the other foods. And the beef meatball itself is really pleasant because I just love the chewy and bouncy texture of it. And that's what makes this dish really unique and quite satisfying as well. This was one over-the-top dim sum feast, but the last item I'm gonna be trying are their barbecue pork buns. This is their baked barbecue pork bun, which I always prefer over the steamed version, and it looks like it has a little bit of a sugar glaze, but this is definitely different than their original location in Daly City, because I remember it had more of a sugar crusted top, almost like a pineapple bun. So this definitely looks a little bit different and more closer to a classic baked version. This is a really delicious barbecue pork bun. I love how the bun itself is not too overwhelming. It's very light and thin and airy, and mostly the inside is just filled with this sweet, sticky barbecue pork filling, and then you get a little bit more of that extra sugar glaze on the outside. But I will say, this still doesn't compare to the original version that they do of a barbecue pork bun, which is like the pineapple bun on the outside, because that is just superior. But this is not a bad second option. It's time for dessert now, and right as I finished up the rest of my dim sum feast, they brought out a little card and they said if you leave a Yelp review you get a free dessert. So that's what I did. I made sure to leave a Yelp review, so they gave me this hot red bean soup, and this is a classic way to finish a Chinese meal. This is delicious. It's very lightly sweet. It's just like a really light broth, just with a little bit of sweetness, and then you have little pieces of red beans in there, and it's just a very nice, comforting, warm, and light way to finish off such a heavy meal like dim sum. And it just feels really nice just as you'd finish this entire bowl of red bean soup, because it's really easy to finish. The manager, Tony, was also really friendly, and he also gave me an additional dessert of these egg tarts, and these are Macau-style egg tarts, which I've never had before. So I'm really excited to try these. So they look like they have a really toasty top, and it looks a little bit different than your typical Chinese egg tart. Wow, I got really lucky with the timing of these. It doesn't get better than this. They are hot, straight out of the oven. You got the warm egg custard, and I love how it's not overly sweet. And the best part about it is the crust, because the crust is very, very thin, but it's also incredibly flaky and so buttery. I mean, it literally tastes like a cross between a French croissant and an egg tart, because it's so layered and buttery. I mean, the crust is amazing and the filling is amazing. This is just an amazing way to end off the meal. It's even better than a red bean soup. I just finished up my meal here at Koi Palace Contempo, and it was a fantastic dim sum feast. I really enjoyed the quality of all the different dishes, and some of the dishes were very unique, like that yuba roll with the chili sauce. That was definitely a standout dish for me. And I certainly did get carried away, and now I just have a monster of a feast waiting for me. Also, thank you again to the manager, Tony. He was super friendly, and I really appreciate his warm hospitality, and I also do appreciate those free egg tarts. If you're looking for an upscale dim sum meal in the South Bay, definitely check out Koi Palace Contempo. I think you'll be very impressed. As always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did to give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.